fasten your seats for the incredible journey up ahead on our event this morning. And so, just to give everybody a roadmap of what this event is all about, all of you are our exclusive guests, given the front row seats and the first access to the much exciting news from Vinfast Philippines. And also to speak of where the brand is headed and how it aims to reshape the customer experience here in the Philippines. So later on, you will definitely hear from our leaders and also learn about the developments of the brand that has been they've been preparing so already. So it is with much pleasure to introduce to everyone someone who has been at the forefront of shaping VidFast direction here in the Philippines, especially when it comes to how the brand connects with customers and communicates its vision. So to welcome us all on this glorious day, ladies and gentlemen, friends, please do help me out in welcoming the Director for Marketing and Customer Experience for VinFast Philippines. How about let's give a round of applause to Mr. Tim Timateo.
Thank you, Karen. Also, I'd like to thank our harpist. What's her name again? Jane's and the harpist. Oh, thank you, thank you. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Wow, I can see lots of familiar faces. Thank you. Super excited ako to welcome everybody. I hope you guys were safe over the last few days. Thank you so much. I'd like to begin this morning by talking about languages. Wow, that's different. We're selling cars, and Tim is here to talk about languages. According to Ethnologue Southeast Asia, there are about 120 living spoken languages and dialects in the Philippines, with about 100,000, probably millions of words. And the language, the Filipino language, is so rich, marami tayong derivational variation. For example, the word kain. You can derive so many words out of kain. Kain, kumain, kinain, nakikain, kinakain, napakain, nakipagkainan, kumakain. So, ang dami-dami. And all of you probably have your own favorite Filipino word. Pagmamahal, pakikipagkaibigan, kaalakbay, kasama, samahan, ang dami. Right? If you ask me, my favorite Filipino word is suke. Suke. For me, suke is more than just customer and seller. My mom, Geraldine, has suke for everything. Meron siyang suki ng bangos, suki ng damit, suki ng sabon. She has suki for everything. And siguro, yung iba din natin dito who goes to thrift, ukay-ukay, meron din kayong sariling suki, right? I'd like to think of suki as an agreement and a relationship. That you come back to your suke because, number one, you know that they will be fair. Number two, that they know who you are. And number three, if you have a problem, alam nila, and alam nyo that they will help you to fix your problem, right? I'd like to invite you this morning to see VinFast as suke at scale. We are your suke at scale. Our partners, our media partners, our KOLs, this is suke at scale. That VinFast is not just a one-time transaction, but a relationship that grows over the years. When a Filipino family buys cars, you're not just buying metal or technology or batteries. You're actually buying the trust for the next 5 or 10 years. And the question at the back of their mind is, in 5 to 10 years, will this brand carry on? Ito bang kotse na to will be with me? Or sarili ko na lang ito? We are very familiar with so many places, so many shops in Manila, outside Manila, and then there's this signage behind the counter. No return, no exchange policy. But the problem with that phrase is that the mindset puts all the risk to the customers. In the car industry, it's as if After your car goes out of the showroom, the story is finished. You're on your own. And whatever happens to the value, that's your problem. This morning, we want to change that story. This morning, we want to change that narrative. And I'm very, very happy because we've hosted several events, activities, and I can see lots of familiar faces, bumabalik-balik. Ibig sabihin, meron na kaming suki na media and influencers and KOLs. So this morning, I want to welcome all of you, mahal naming mga suki, and we hope na magustuhan niyo po yung konti namin inihanda for all of you. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat at salamat po sa
This exclusive briefing is a first look at a program that Vinfast is proudly introducing to the Filipino market. It is one that aims to reshape customer confidence and redefine what car value could be. So, we have the bearer of good news for everybody here this morning to walk us through the region's strategy and growth. So everybody, how about a fitting warm welcome and a big cheer for Vinfast Southeast Asia CEO, Mr. Toti Zara. Good morning, Sir Toti. The floor is yours.
I'll stay here. Remember how we all used to pay online for song to download music? Then suddenly there was this novel promotion about offering flat rates for unlimited music. It was simply such a compelling offer, that it addressed all the piracy issues in music, and eventually it became a standard in the entertainment industry. If we shift to another industry, free shipping, return, used to be a seasonal promotion. Now, it is a standard in e-commerce. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. I'm Toti Zara, and this morning we would rewrite the rules in the car industry. I'll stay here. As car guys, it's so easy to, and you guys have known me for so long, it's so easy to excite us car guys. You give us new headlamps, bigger bumpers, new grille. We invite you, and we call it a new model. You put in a few 2-3 horsepower additional output, new sheet metal, we would call it an all-new model. But then, and I was commenting kanina, where's the car? We're a car company, where's the car today? We have all these cosmetic changes, but in the end, the ownership experience pretty much remains the same. You go to a dealer, you buy your car, you go back to the dealer, and you have your car serviced for periodic maintenance or for warranty, if ever there's a need. But then, you have to pray and hope that the residual value would hold. Sorry na lang if you made the wrong choice. Now, that situation is amplified in EVs. Di ba? Kasi, are EVs really performing better than ICEs? Do I really save 70% on fuel costs? Do I really save 70% on maintenance costs? Is it safe through floods? Will I be okay with the convenience of public charging during those occasional long drives? Well, at Vinfast, we say yes, definitely. Answer to all those questions is a big yes. And because we're so confident, today we are launching a new program, our residual value guarantee. Mandy, can you play the video, please?
guarantee program. It is a written. When people think about EV in the Philippines, one question always comes up. What will my car be worth in a few years? At Vinfast Philippines, we ask the same question. Then we build a clear answer. Today, we introduce the Residual Value Guarantee Program. It is a written promise on the future value of your Vinfast. For every eligible vehicle with an invoice date from October 20th, 2025, we guarantee a buyback value from 6 up to 36 months of ownership. The program is for first owners, whether you paid in cash or through financing, once the unit is fully paid and cleared. Your buyback value is based on a simple formula. Net retail price multiplied by a fixed RVG rate. Net retail price is the car price less any promotional discounts, before repair costs. At 6 months, the RVG rate is up to 90%. It gradually moves to 70% at 36 months. The result is a clear, predictable value path for your VinFast. To protect the customers and the brand, the vehicle needs to be in good working condition, free from major accident, flood, or fire, and within the mileage limit of 25,000 kilometers per year. Normal wear and tear is accepted. If repairs are needed, the customer can choose to fix them first or have the cost reflected in the final computation. The process is guided and predictable. You submit a request through an enrolled VinFast dealer. A dealer CRM coordinates the inspection and gathers the documents. Once the vehicle is checked, our RVG team confirms the buyback value and issues a formal offer. When the customer accepts, the dealer schedules payment and vehicle turnover, and the unit stays within the VinFast ecosystem. With the Residual Value Guarantee Program, VinFast is not only selling an EV. We are standing behind its value, so more Filipinos can move to electric with confidence.
Well, we're applying this program for all the cars we sell today. Provided, as mentioned in the video, there's no major flood damage, there's no major collision repair, normal wear and tear is okay. And of course, the customer comes back for regular periodic maintenance service. Nothing different from whatever all the other brands is asking when it comes to availing warranty. So, as mentioned in the video, customer simply walks in our showroom, has the car inspected, and once confirmed, we will provide up to 90% residual value for cars used up to 6 months. Now, if the car is used up to 1 year, we would provide 86% residual value. I'll repeat that, 86% residual value up to 12 months. Up to 2 years or 24 months, we would provide 78% residual value. And finally, we would provide residual value of 70% for 3 years. Now, I know what you're thinking. I know what you guys are thinking. So tell me, what's the trick? What's the catch in this program? James is looking at me intensely, and I know these guys will ask difficult questions. So what's the trick? There's no catch. Okay. We launched this program in Indonesia ahead of the Philippines. I was with my Indonesia team 2 weeks ago, and they were sharing me, Patoti, these are the first batch of customers who returned their car. One of the customer, unfortunately, got sick and needed the cash. I hope that customer is well on his way to recovery. We are launching a program that's unprecedented. We said we would rewrite the rules in the industry. A couple of weeks back, we launched our Pinas marketing campaign. There we made our new designs public while all other brands keep their designs very confidential. That campaign is very successful. It was very successful. Where's Tim? Tim. See, Tim he was targeting 10,000 votes for Pinas marketing campaign. How many votes did you get?
21,900.
20,900.
100% of the target.
You can run as mayor in a small town, Tim, and you will win as mayor with 20,000 votes. Congratulations.
Thank you, boss.
On that campaign. again, it is different. And today we are launching formally our Zimbo Value Guarantee program, which is unmatched even by the top brands. We are also rewriting the rules for after sales service. I mentioned that, and it is already in place. In October, we accredited, and they are already operational. We accredited 30 independent third-party workshops. Today, customers can go to any of these third-party workshops to have their car serviced, whether it be periodic maintenance service or warranty repair. It would augment our growing network of Vinfast dealers. We have this morning our head for TNT, Abner. How many showrooms did you open last October? Thank you very much, Abner. Abner opened 8 showrooms. Today we have 20 Vinfast showrooms across the nation, and we are on track to achieve, by the end of the year, 30 Vinfast showrooms by the end of the year. We will not stop there. Next would be the launch of our battery subscription program. In the car industry, the rule was when you buy a car, you buy it with the engine, you buy it with the battery. We would again rewrite the rules and offer battery subscription. You can lease the battery separately. All these, ladies and gentlemen, all these programs are actually geared to support a very aggressive product plan come 2026. In 2026, we are launching 4 all-new models. And it will start at the beginning of the year with a B segment, 7-seater MPV that will be priced within that sweet spot of the Philippine auto industry. We are preparing ourselves, gearing ourselves to this growth in 2026. Now, how do we do this? How do we do RVG? How do we do battery subscription? What sets Vinfast apart is the Vin Group ecosystem. We are not simply a car company. We intend to be the biggest green mobility provider in the Philippines. We would have the biggest taxi, PNBS, rental, leasing fleet in the Philippines. We are also going to start Green Future, which is our used car company, which aims to professionalize the used car sector in the Philippines. And very soon, we will make announcements related to the aggressive expansion plans of VP, our infrastructure company that's critical in fueling this transition towards electrified mobility. It's truly exciting times, and I'm very excited not to launch cars, but rewrite the rules on customer centricity. Please join us in this journey. Maraming salamat.
And Mr. Radcliffe Santiago, the sales training manager of Vinfast Philippines, to join us in answering some questions. Wow, how do we even move on with so many things to unpack after such an incredible news being laid in front of all of us? Well, as you mentioned, sir, this is really an exciting time here in the electric automotive industry in the Philippines. And so I think to give lead time for all of our friends from the media to approach our microphones. We do have 2 microphones on the floor. That's one on the left. There you go. We have a good friend holding it for you. And one on the other side. So again, for all of our...
The math. I mean, you know exactly 90%, 83%, 70%, 6 months, 1 year, 3 years. There's a math there. how did Vinfast get that math? What computing? Come on, man. I'm really interested in the math because seriously, you got it down really back to a round figure. It's a 90, 83, 70, 6 months, 1 year, 3 years. How did you come out with that figure? I mean, this did not come out in a bubble, you know?
Dartboard.
Yeah, that
6 months, 90%. No. 1 year, 86%. No. And I mentioned that the key enabler is the Vinfast ecosystem, right? So we want to be the biggest green mobility provider. We then have the biggest taxi, PNBS, leasing, car rental. And every time we put in a new vehicle on the road, let's say for GSM, you guys already see all the taxis, and that's going to grow, right? And we're going into PNBS. We have the licenses already. Every time we put in a new car, that means 100% capex for us. So we're spending 100% of the MSRP. So for every returned vehicle, frankly, we save on capex, and that's what makes us different, right? Now, you'll ask, bakit 3 years? Because that's a critical aspect of the program. It's only up to 3 years. No, you cannot return the car after 4 years. You cannot return the car after 5 years. Una, because we want to reuse naman the vehicle, right? We cannot compete versus the Chinese on pricing. They just have sheer volume, right? We need to differentiate ourselves. Now, while we don't offer beyond 3 years, no, I'll, uh, I'll allow the engineer in me to speak. Back in 3 years. I remember as a young engineer in another brand, we used to test mga handbrakes. Okay? And yung handbrake, ang test procedure niyan, we put the car in an incline about 15 to 20 degrees, no lower, and observe it for 15-20 seconds. You'll ask, bakit 15 seconds lang? The car needs to hold that position for hours. But then our concept there is, if it does not move in 15 seconds, it will not move forever. And the same thing with this residual value guarantee. We are addressing customer anxieties in EV. Within 3 years, you would realize you would really save 70% of fuel. You would really save on maintenance. It is really safe going through floods. You know, and as we expand our big green ecosystem, public charging is convenient. So we are confident that within 3 years, people will realize that EV is for the consumer. But going back to your question, how did we do the math? It's the economics of the Vin Group and not Vinfast as a car company alone. Because if it were Vinfast as a car company alone, then the math does not make sense.
You say the biggest contributor to coming out with this math is simply because of the Vinfast industry ecosystem,
Yes.
which allows you to give out all of
Yes. And to be more specific, it's about our intention to be the biggest green mobility provider in the Philippines and in every market we participate in. We don't play in 120 countries across the world. Why? Because we cannot build the ecosystem across 120 countries. But in markets we select to play in, this is our formula. And the Philippines is one of the key markets Vinfast would like to contribute towards economic growth.
Thank you so much. I think that really backs on the capacity of
I want to just
Vinfast.
build on Ira's because it's a fascinating question. Did I hear it correctly? Is it feeding into the GSM, the cabs? So did I understand it right? It's like you would have had to buy that 100% MSRP. Is that correct? Like the connection with the cabs, the GSM and the TNBS. Did I understand it correctly that you would normally have to pay 100% to fund that network?
A new GSM, for example,
Correct.
that would be 100% capex.
So did I understand correctly that you're now, if I give up my Vinfast for any reason within the first 6 months, you're going to use that for your fleet, for your taxi network.
Not necessarily taxi alone. Kasi it can be taxi, it can be TNBS.
When you're buying
leasing,
that, basically,
for repurposing.
okay, that makes a lot. So that answers that question perfectly.
Right.
Now, my question.
And also, James, I'd like to add, we also have Green Futures, and we would start that operations in the Philippines. Green Futures is our used car company. So it's building that ecosystem. It's building beyond cars, an ecosystem that support. So our job, James, at Vinfast, my job here, is to translate that ecosystem to tangible consumer benefits, right? And repurposing it for taxi is a tangible consumer benefit. They don't care how we use that vehicle afterwards and how we provide that value. Now, also interesting, James, is we're also doing the same for banks.
For
Banks.
banks.
So we would soon announce, not today, but soon announce bank partnerships where we are committing to buy back vehicles in the event that the loan becomes non-performing.
Is it almost somewhat like a kind of an inverse leasing system? Like in a lease, you would, as a customer, pay just a monthly, right? And then you give that car up at any time when you stop paying monthly. But this one, there's the advantage of you'll get the capital as a company, and then you'll get the discount if you buy it back. Something like that.
Something like that.
Okay, that's brilliant. Quick question about the retail side. You say with fair wear and tear. What do you consider fair wear and tear? Little tiny parking dents, a finish that hasn't been polished, but it's not much scratch, but hasn't ever been detailed. Those are all acceptable.
Yes.
Acceptable tire, battery, and
Yes, acceptable tire wear, scratches and dents are okay, right? Mechanical repairs, no worries. Kasi we offer vehicle warranty. Our battery warranty is 10 years, vehicle warranty is more than 5 years, longer than all the other brands. So all major repairs will be covered by warranty. In the event that there's a big collision, right? Our recommendation to customers, please have it repaired first using your insurance claim, right? Then after your insurance claim, then yeah, this is, but we cannot get parang a total wreck vehicle naman to safeguard our intention, which is to repurpose the vehicle.
last question before I promise I'll hand it over. I'm fascinated, right? I'm genuinely fascinated. The last question is the, oh man, I got so excited I forgot that.
We feel you.
No, it's at the tip of my tongue.
Be excited, Mr. James Vegan.
Yes, no, oh yes. It sounds really good. Like I can now see why you have this advantage. Are you worried about competitors copying this, or is this something unique to VinFast and the Vin Group that you feel safe that even if you wanted to copy our formula, you can?
Our competitors are companies, James, and I've been with the other brands, right? It will be difficult for them to build the ecosystem the way we are envisioning to build the ecosystem. Again, in select markets, we decide to participate in. So we think we have a competitive advantage and we would like to capitalize on that ecosystem we are building.
Wow. Brilliant exchange of ideas, answers. And I think that really straightened out some queries from our guests. Yes, yung ibabalik yung amount. How long does it take to the amount to be reflected on the owner's side? Kasi it's not the first time na meron. Sa ibang brands po kasi meron din, pero marami po kasi fees. Is VinFast also adding more fees bago mag-ano, or diretso na talaga yung
There's one fee. There's a 900 peso inspection fee. Okay, but that's about it. That 900 inspection fee. Radcliffe, please answer your question on how long. No, but again, I was with my Indonesia team 2 weeks ago. It's taking us about a week to transact the whole process. In Indonesia, we're hoping to do the same. If not better, Radcliffe.
Radcliffe, would you like to dive deep?
Hello. So once the vehicle is inspected, we can have the payment in 1 to 3 weeks, depending on the speed of the paperwork. But basically, yeah, only one fee for inspection, but after that, none anymore. And customer, once an offer is presented to the customer will acknowledge that, and as long as we stick to the guidelines of the program, that offer that the customer signed will be guaranteed to the customer already. So no additional fees. It's aside from the inspection, and it will take 1 week to 3 weeks to complete the full process.
Including the date of sale, notarization.
Yes, sir.
Yun na lang yung matagal. No, and by the way, when you buy a car today, you already signed that agreement na there's this residual value contract. And para malinaw yung steps, yung procedures, and of course, the guarantee table that we provide. So, there's a guarantee every month. I did mention 6 months, 12 months, and 2 years, 3 years, but there's an exact table. 13 months, 14 months, 15 months, 16 months. There is an exact table.
Okay, final question, sir. How does Vinfast accommodate clients who purchase in bulk, since you're one of the top brands who are yung nag-accommodate ng clients for bulk buy? Pwede rin po sa mga sa RVG na program.
So, very, very good question. Thank you for asking that. The program is intended for retail customers, okay? And there's a limitation of 25,000 kilometers because our intention is not to cover the vehicles that are for hire, okay? Now, having said that, we can on a case-to-case basis offer the no value guarantee for fleet customers who would like to have that guarantee, but it's a B2B transaction. So all these bulk fleets, as you mentioned it, as you refer to them, they have special pricing. So yung pricing agreement, dun papasok kung may residual value guarantee or not. Because frankly, in the end, going back to Ira's question, of course there's a math, Ira, but there's an accrual behind it kahit papano. Although yes, the accrual is an amount we can afford kasi nga we have the ecosystem, but in the end, there's a number behind it.
Is this a limited time or a limited
And the consumer shifts from car ownership to mobility as a service. It positions ourselves to be the leader in mobility as a service. And that's why it is sustainable. We envision the industry to move towards mobility as a service. I know you guys have heard that many times. You guys went to Japan to hear about mobility. We are putting it into action for the first time in the industry. I'm with a company that's putting those words into action. We will be a mobility provider.
Okay, but sorry, let's do it.
Our leaders, your confidence is both infectious and both comforting, and very thoughtful exchanges of ideas. You know, I think we give time for our leaders, the panelists, to also take a photo to remember this moment. So to all of our friends from the media, now is the perfect time for us to take this moment for a quick photo op, of course, as we rally. And we would also like to remind everybody, of course, not every question was answered during this portion of our program. So for those of us who still have more questions to ask, we will take May we kindly request
Redefine your Yamaha experience with My Yamaha Motor Rev PH. Access rewards, premium perks, special activities in one seamless digital experience by downloading it today. Every move counts because we made sure you have a variety of ways to earn points to unlock more rewards. Whether it's buying a new motorcycle.
Behind every victory is a powerful winning ride. all-new Winter X. Ride like a champion.